People get ready, for the train is coming. Don't need no baggage, just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Welcome, viewing audience and listening audience, to the People Get Ready podcast with the legendary political guru, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. from Bibb's Record Shop. We will begin our program this evening with two famous quotes from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the first one is, there comes a time in life when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politics nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. It may well be that we will have to repent in this generation, not merely for the neurotic words of the violent actions of the bad people, but for the appalling silence and indifference of the good people who sit around and say, wait on time. These quotes are relevant for today, and we know that these quotes are relevant for today because we have situations in our community right now that we have our political leaders and our civic leaders who need to come out and speak out against situations in our communities, such as the closing of the St. Vincent Charity Hospital, where they laid off thousands of employees. So we need our civic leaders and our political leaders to come out and help those citizens who have lost their jobs, and also the closing of the Elijah Bryant facility over on Huff. So we need our civic leaders to come out and our political leaders to come out and speak up, because people there, our community, our fellow citizens have lost their jobs there. So we need help in our community. Also, we want to say a famous quote from the Congressman William Bill Clay of St. Louis, Missouri. And his statement is, no permanent friends, no permanent enemies, just permanent interests. So we have a great opportunity for you today. We know that you've been saying to yourself, I'm looking for a business opportunity. This is my year. This is my time. This is my day. This is my hour. And now is the time for you to get ready for this great, awesome opportunity with Bibb Business Opportunity Mall Grand Opening. Let me say it again. The Bibb Business Opportunity Mall Grand Opening. You can start today with Snap. You can do it for free. They have a great opportunities. Let me share with you the opportunity that Snap have for you. One, they have the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. Two, they have the ERC refund. $1.9 trillion are available. And who can receive this money? You can receive up to $26,000 per W-2 employee if you have a business in the United States. Also, if you have a nonprofit organization in the United States, you now qualify to receive these funds. For more information, you need to contact Mr. Bibbs. We also have another great opportunity for you, a brand new business we want to introduce to you today, new health and wellness products by Daily Choice. Daily Choice, they are the Amazon of MLM, health and wellness. They start with, these are the products that they have. Number one, they have the Fuel Factor X. They can add more mileage to your gas tank, to your clean your engine out, and also they have the cryptocurrency opportunity and prepaid travel opportunity just for you. For more information, you can go to this website, www.mydaillychoice.com/CEBIBBSR. Let me say it again, the website is www.mydaillychoice.com/CEBIBBSR. For more information, call Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. office at 216-681-1469 or his mobile phone at 216-659 4619. Now, we have some great news for you today, and we want to inform you and empower you today. And we have with us today our own CEO of People Get Ready, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr., all the way from Cleveland, Ohio. Give it up for Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. Take it away, Mr. Bibbs.
Thank you, Reverend. Being fair. You just keep on getting better week after week after week. I get nervous thinking get out of here at any time in New York City.
Yes, sir.
Try to stay here as long as you can, Reverend.
Yes, sir.
All
yes,
right.
Sir.
And I'm glad to be back with you again this week. We have an awesome week lined up for you. And you got some surprises here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about us all over the United States.
Yes.
And I'm really thrilled about that. And we're going to get right down. We don't have limited time. We'll get right down to the heart of it all. And coming forward right this time, the entrepreneur, Miss Joanne Holly, coming out smoking with Nova Tech. Come on down, Miss Joanne.
Thank you, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. Hello around the country and around the world, because what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is for everybody, because I'm going to share some life-changing information, and the reason why I know it's life-changing because it's changed my life. A company, Novatech, which was established in June of 2019 as a registered hedge fund company in order to provide customers with affordable investment solutions, including the trading of cryptocurrencies and Forex online using the most sophisticated and latest technologies available. What I have been able to do is to start a business, a legacy for my family. Each person has his own account, and I can help them move along. Now, isn't that a blessing? I'm helping my entire family to move forward. I'm only going to say the sky is the limit. Listen to me. If you ain't making money while you sleep, you ain't making money. If you are tired of your family being broke, learn how to change that. Your bank account can change drastically in the next year. How do I know that? Because I've done it and can teach you the same. Plug into the system and get trained. Let me show you how to turn $250 into $1,800. We're going to have a Super Saturday at Chandler Park this Saturday, March 11th at 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. We want you to show up 17325 Euclid Avenue so you can hear and learn what is really exploding. Let me give you a tip. Stop listening to broke people about how to make money. Sometimes people with money lose, but usually they have more to lose. If they know so much, why are they broke? And why are you listening to them? So we want to see you Saturday at Chandler Park, 17325 Euclid Avenue, 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can find out where this money is coming from, how you can get it, and how you can change the dynamics of your future forever. Thank you, Mr. Charles E. Bibb Sr. Back to you.
Thank you, Miss Joanne Holly. I can't hardly wait for Super Saturday because it's the second Saturday in the March Madness. Because we're going to be rolling, Reverend,
Yes, sir.
all March, right with the college. As they roll on the basketball court, we're going to be rolling on the multi-level marketing and all the other good things that's happening.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, we had Miss Joanne Holly coming all the way in from Cleveland Heights. Now we're going to go southeast. Reverend Jeffrey over there. Are you in the house, Mr. Jeffrey Payton? Is Mr. Jeffrey Payton in the house?
Sir, yes, sir, I'm here.
Well,
How
we
are
getting
you?
Mr. Jeffrey Payton together.
All right, Here I am.
In Fair has some news that's not good for the city of East Cleveland, but you have to report the news as it comes. And the county prosecutor and the FBI had a press conference today, Miss Joanne Holly, to tell us what's been going on in the city of East Cleveland while we work every day. Some other things, they had some side jobs going on out there. Would you share with us what's in the plain dealer today? I'm being fair, please.
Absolutely, Mr. Bibbs. Let me share with you, the Cuyahoga County Grand Jury has indicted 11 current and former police officers in East Cleveland on charges of brutality, plummeting, stomping, and harassing residents. Authorities said Wednesday, in one instance, an officer repeatedly used a stun gun on a resident who was handcuffed, according to a video authorities released. It says, the prosecutor says, "I'm very upset," said Mariah Crenshaw, a longtime critic of the department. "It is very disturbing to see, and I am upset that it has taken so long for the indictment to happen." And also, he says the indictment prompted the city officials to seek help from Cuyahoga County Sheriff Department and state troopers to become the city because the city has many officers under criminal investigation. It cannot patrol its own streets. The city has about 40 officers. Prosecutor Michael O'Malley said the new charges following the indictment of 9 officers last year from the department, including its former chief, Scott Gardner. 2 of those officers, Dan Harrison and Marco Johnson, have pleaded guilty to bribery. They have been sentenced. These charges in the new indictment is for 4 who were brought up on different allegations last year. 4 officers were brought up on new allegations. On Wednesday, their names came up with 7 others. And the 11 are charged with various crimes, including felonious assault, tampering with civil rights and other duties. Some of the officers also were accused of, duty and tampering with records and obstruction of justice. If you purchase, and that's about it, Mr. Bibbs.
All right. That was the first round. That press conference was held today at 3 o'clock, and that's on the computer, and the printed paper will be out tomorrow. They'll have the whole story. But thank you, being fair, for looking that up for us, so we would be right up to date with our podcast. Did we hear from Atlanta, Georgia, Jeff Payton?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. There's a new opportunity that has joined the business opportunity model. That's crossing the United States, crisscrossing, north, south, east, west, and outside the country also. And Jeff Payton, longtime friend, years ago, over 30 years ago, we worked on some very lucrative things together. Called me and said, "You better hit your horse up to this one." I said, "Tell me about it." Next thing I know, tell me how to structure it to get the money. He gave me the structure. I said, "I'm in." Mr. Jeff Payton?
Yes, sir. Can you all hear me?
It's Jeff Payton,
Can you all
Atlanta,
hear me?
Georgia. Are you in the house?
I am in the house, Mr. Bibbs, but I cannot get in.
All right. Well, you know us. Miss Joanne?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have Mr. Billy Sharp come up and give us a special thing, because I want to know about the expungement at this point, because I know he know that off the top of his head. Mr. Billy Sharp? would you come and tell us just about the expungement? Because we're going to do that expungement, James Jerome Bell,
Hey, Candace,
on the
my
Monday,
video was up a minute ago. This is Jeff
of
Payton. My video was up
Juneteenth,
a minute ago, but now it's out, and then I've been muted
with the
out.
help of Mr. Billy Sharp. So he's going to talk about expungement only at this point while we get Atlanta, Georgia hooked up to Cleveland, Ohio.
You saying expungement only?
I'm sorry.
Mr. Billy Sharp,
Yes, sir.
community outreach
The video
in
was
all
up.
kind of areas. Y'all just gonna name him Mr. Outreach.
All right.
Now he's outreaching on expungement by the state of Ohio. Would you share with us about that, Mr. Billy Sharp?
Okay, so I wanted to thank you, as I said before, for letting me come on about 2 weeks ago to promote the expungement clinic. We were teaming up with Case Law Department, and within 24 hours, the registration filled up. So on March the 4th, we had the expungement clinic at our East 105 location in St. Clair, McDonald's. It's led with GP Management and Case Law Department. So what they did, they had people come in and talk a bit about their history, and then set them up for further counseling on setting them on the path to get their records sealed or expunged. So we had over 90 people turn out. We had people as far as Akron and Ashtabula. Just goes to show you the power of this show, and then the power of social media. It was a tremendous event. Ohio Means Jobs was there to assist with potential job training and helping people find jobs. So it was an outstanding event all the way around.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think we called you, and you had maximum.
Yes.
Is that something, Reverend Fair? And James Jerome Bell?
Yes, it is.
Reverend Fair, since you're James Jerome Bell, be in charge of the one that we're going to do in East Cleveland, Monday, national holiday for Juneteenth. Have any questions
Yeah, I'm not talking.
to Mr. Billy Sharp?
Yeah, Mr. Sharp, I noticed that you said that the process is underway. So what is the next step in the process to actually get the citizens' record expunged?
Okay, so at this particular event, it was basically the intake part of it. They had a questionnaire that again asked them about their criminal history, and so that will go to an attorney who will look further into what it is they need now to get that expunged. So you're talking about over 90-some people coming to one event, so it'd been impossible to do record sealing right then. Not to mention that some people still have to go return before a judge or the judge that sentenced them. So all that stuff is being determined now. They'll reach back out, I believe they said, within 15 days of this event to follow up and then let people know what next steps for them should be. Again, it could be petitioning a court, filing some papers. There may be some other stuff you might need to get out of the way before you could get it record sealed, or you may have the reality. Maybe you may have too many felonies where you can't get them sealed. I think the last I checked, it was you could get 2 done if they're in close proximity to each other.
Okay, Mr. James Jerome Bell.
Yes, Mr. Sharp. The process seems like it's expensive. Are there any costs associated with the process?
Well, I can tell you this first step, which was the intake part of it, was completely free. If you have fines or something that you need to pay, that's a cost that you would have to pay. But for these services, because this is Case Law Department and these are up and coming law students, the process is absolutely free to get the information.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to add, how do you see this being a bright spot in the community?
So we looked at it at Ledwidge GP Management as a help because we have so many African American males and females that are unable to get employment because of past discretions where they've paid their debt to society, but they have that L on them, and when you do a background check and you see that L, most employers are saying no. And these people, you're talking about not being able to get the good jobs, the jobs that are paying $21 an hour, so on and so forth, because of that felony. So we thought it prudent to, once Kay said that this was available, to team up with them and offer it to the people in our community.
All right. I want to congratulate you on bringing that to the community and bringing it right in the heart of Glenville. And the only place I can think of where it could be in the heart of a whole
Yes,
city
sir.
called East Cleveland,
I know.
who made the news today.
Yeah.
So work on that Monday,
Yes, sir.
national holiday, and get back with us.
Yes, sir.
And if you need extra space at a church, we can make that happen also. If you want to do it in 2 parts, however you want to do it, we're
Okay.
glad the Bibb video podcast, People Get Ready. That's why we have this podcast, People Get Ready, so that we can do it.
Gotcha.
All right, are we hooked up with Atlanta, Georgia yet? If we're not hooked
Yes,
up,
sir.
we're going to let Mr. Billy Shaw continue with his presentation at large.
We are hooked up.
Okay.
How you like that, Miss Joanne? Billy Sharp at large. He get off a big. I kind of like that myself, Reverend Ben Pfaff.
Yes, sir.
Billy Sharp at large. Go ahead, Mr. Sharp. The floor is all yours.
Okay. So and I brought you a gift. So I brought you the Call and Post.
Oh, my goodness.
That's out today, hot off the press. So they did a nice little write-up on us. And again, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to come in and promote it. So this is yours.
All right, thank you. Pass
So
that down.
a couple other things that I had. One, the first one was the Cleveland's Police Citizens Review Board. I was here the last time talking about that we were trying to return those to a public setting. I'm not going to get ahead of the announcement, but I will tell you at our virtual meeting this coming Tuesday, the board will have an announcement to make. So again, I'm not going to get ahead of that announcement, but I would ask everybody to tune in. They are live streamed, so if you go to the city website, click the button, takes you to YouTube, and then they're there live. You also have an opportunity for public comment, but I felt it prudent that as this is a public committee, those meetings should be in person. So we've been working to make that happen. But again, there'll be an announcement this Tuesday. So this is the second Tuesday in March. So that we'll make that announcement at that meeting. So I asked everybody to tune in.
Very good, very good.
What else did I have? I think that's it. So be on the out.
I'm going to help you a little bit.
Go ahead.
Mayor Justin Bibb and the Cleveland City Council passed a resolution, them being fair, asking the mayor to sue these companies that have these cars that you can just blow at them, and the young folks, well, folks, I won't say young folks, people are stealing them at a rapid pace. Would you bring us up to date on that if you know anything about it?
Well, I am not up to speed, but I do know what you're talking about. You're talking about the Kias.
Right.
And the patent or construction of them make them easier for criminals to steal. I'm not going to say young or old because we don't know exactly who's doing it, but it makes it easier for those cars to steal. That is a defect by the company. So certainly there should be some retribution for citizens who purchased those cars in good faith, all the while the manufacturer knew that they were susceptible to easy auto theft.
And I think that's a good idea of them suing. Columbus has did it also, you know. So I'm glad to know that. And I might ask you something about McDonald's. I think you might know a little bit about McDonald's. I caught a clip on TV. They were explaining the new way that you can collect money now at McDonald's when you order. Would you explain that to James Jerome Bell, so he don't be confused. So this is a true story. He's the last one that bought me coffee at McDonald's. In fact, you were there that day.
Oh, yeah.
And he tell him
105.
105.
Yeah. So, thank you for the shameless plug. So we're trying to make it easier for our customers. So we have what's called the McDonald's app. And this is where you can order your food and pay for it before you even step foot on the grounds. And we call it Ready on Arrival. So you go to the app, you say, I want a McChicken and a pop. You pay for that. By the time you pull up, there's no waiting in long lines. You don't even have to wait in the drive-thru. You say, I want what we call Mobile 1, Mobile 2, or 3. You park in that spot. They bring the food out to you, and you go.
Wow.
So no long lines, no standing in the lobby for a long time. That's just the way the industry is going, and so we're happy to roll it out at least in our 5 restaurants. So we have Ready on Arrival actually right now.
Yeah, Mr. James Jerome Bell.
I'm looking forward
Do
to
you understand it? Because we're gonna test it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, please do.
We're going
And
right
let
back
me
to
know.
that McDonald's on 105 when I told them, no, not me. I got cold cash. So we'll have
So did you did it once already
I did. I was trying to do it in the lobby.
on the kiosk or on your
Yeah,
phone?
on the kiosk.
Okay, on the kiosk. So the kiosk, our attempt there, because at that location there's 4. So the attempt there is to be able to deal and serve multiple customers at the same time. So with the kiosk, you can make an order. There's what's called a table tent. You put that number in, go have a seat at that table with that number on there, and the jail that we call them, they will come and bring your order out to you.
And it worked really good.
Well, thank
worked
you.
really
That,
good.
that means they're doing a good job over there at 105.
Okay. Now, do you know how to get the app?
I can try to get it.
No,
Just
you
go.
got McDonald's sitting right there now.
Just type in McDonald's app. It'll come up.
Just,
Okay.
Just type in McDonald's app. Now there is some registration because obviously it has to be connected to your credit card, so you can make payment. But it's a lot easier. Refunds are a lot easier. It's really good, and they have bonus points.
Okay.
There are bonus points you can get towards free items. So on your receipt when you get it, there's a WWMCD voice. Do that survey. We offer free breakfast sandwiches, sometimes free Big Macs. It's really interesting and exciting.
Oh, that's great.
See what you can get on the podcast. People get ready. In fact, this is what it's about, Billy Sharp.
Yes, sir.
This is for the people. We want them to know that. 'Cause
Brand new information.
things change.
Yes.
Yeah, things.
Yes.
Billy, they have changed since we had the picket 83rd and Euclid.
Yes.
Could you imagine? They told us, Miss Joanne, we're not going to sell you Negroes no McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what we did? We didn't buy no McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And that went on for a couple of weeks. And guess what happened? They say we changed our mind. We're going to sell you some McDonald's. That is 83rd and Euclid.
Yeah.
Not
We
the
call it Beacon
McDonald's
Place.
that's standing now. They tore that one down.
Yeah.
And updated.
Beacon Place, Church Square.
And now we got people like Mr. at large explaining how the whole operation runs.
Yes.
You hear me
You
now?
got it?
Yes.
Yeah, right. And
Come a long way, Mr. Bibb.
and at that time, this gonna shock you, Miss Entrepreneur, Miss Joanne Holly. McDonald's cost every bit of $50,000
To get in one, yeah.
Yeah, to purchase a McDonald's.
because the McDonald's they cost for
Franchise.
10 cents and the fries cost 12.
Yeah.
But when you go back in the archive, you see all them prices. The fries cost more than hamburgers because they had introduced this new thing. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sharp. Anything else you want to share with us?
So just
That's
lastly
everything.
at Leadwoods GP Management, we will start our spring and summer community engagement programs. That's where we teamed up with you. You remember last time giving away the $50,000 in home products, working with Earl B. Turner Clerk of Courts. So we have 5 locations around the city of Cleveland, and each one of those will get an event. So be on the outlook for that because we start in that season, I believe, next month. And so I'll come back and hopefully get
And
some
we got
ideas.
Eddie Roden Nuclear on the list.
Always.
Thank
Always. Just for you.
Joanne
Mr.
as East Cleveland. I got to look after what happened to these police. You know, I got to look out for East Cleveland.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Billy Shaw.
You
Thank you,
welcome.
Bill.
And Mr. James Jerome Bell, you have a wealth of information for us. Would you share it with us, please?
Yes, I wanted to talk about the Chicago mayor's race with Brandon Johnson. He's a black candidate who is a former teacher in the Chicago school system.
Talking to the mic.
And Paul Vallis, he was a former school superintendent. Mr. Johnson comes from a family of 10, and his father was a carpenter and a preacher. He is the father of 3 children. He's been married for over 25 years, and he still lives on the south side of Chicago. He has a dynamic plan for Chicago, from everything from people with disabilities to the disenfranchised, the homeless, to making Chicago more business friendly and also having businesses pay their fair share for the Chicago budget. He has a plan to balance the budget and do things in such a way that Chicagoans can truly be proud of him. He's a lifelong Chicagoan. He was born and raised, and I look forward to him doing.
Just said the mic.
I'm looking forward to him doing great things for Chicago. Currently, as of today, he is behind in the polls, but I believe that Chicagoans will come out and lift this mighty, dynamic brother up to the position of mayor. You have any questions, Mr. Bibb?
Yes, sir. I want the poll numbers.
He's down 11%.
No, that's not the poll numbers.
59,
What percentage of the vote does the leader have, and what does he have?
59% to 38%
And that poll was taken when?
today.
Today. 59-38, okay. Do you happen to have his numbers in the primary? Not in the first election? Yeah, the primary.
He came in second with 27.1%
What
of
did
the
the
vote.
what did the winner come in with?
41%.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And the number 1 European American was endorsed by the police, right?
Yes.
I got it.
But also, I want to say that the endorsements have been plentiful for both candidates, almost half and half, with Chicago's teacher union endorsing Brandon Johnson, the police department endorsing Paul Velez, and so the SEIU union has endorsed Brandon Johnson, along with numerous others.
Okay, very good report. I want you to stay on that. And then next week, I want you to give us his number where you can send donations.
Okay. Well, I want to just say that it was a privilege doing the research.
Yeah.
And I consider it an honor to giving it to the People Get Ready podcast.
When I asked you to do it, I knew you could do it. So you'll do the rest of it and get his number. Then we'll announce his number where you send donations, because it's real easy now, not like it used to be.
Sounds good.
Yeah, okay. All right. Reverend Ben Fair,
Yes, sir.
you have a report for us this week. Would you share it with us?
Oh, yes, Mr. Bibb. We're going to report on what's been happening in the southeast of Ohio, which is the update on East Palestine train derailment The track removal update. The Ohio EPA is overseeing operations as tracks and ties are removed from the derailment site in preparations to excavate the soil underneath. 1,900 feet of rail will be pulled up on both sets of tracks. The plan submitted by Norfolk Southern, which is the owner of the railway, agreed on by state and federal authorities overseeing the moderation process, indicates the entire removal of tracks, excavation of soil, and reconstruction of the rails should be completed by April the 30th. Hazardous waste removal. According to the EPA, approximately 3.2 million gallons of liquid wastewater have been hauled out of East Palestine in total. The Ohio EPA reports that approximately 1,700 tons of solid waste have also left the derailment site. Here's a good one for you, Mr. Bibbs. The Norfolk Southern CEO in the hot seat. Norfolk Southern EO Alan Shaw is scheduled to testify before a Senate committee Thursday about the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, as federal regulators open a special investigation into his company's safety practices.
Right. And we have a real heavy piece involved, Ohio. Very seldom both senators are leading that investigation.
Yes.
Republican Vance and Democrat Brown.
Brown, yes.
And that the railroad might be in a little problem, might have a little problem.
Yes, sir.
And Secretary of Transportation Buttigieg has already said they're going to make more changes with this law and update it. Because that's very serious what is happening. Now they found out that it's gone 10 miles away in the ground. That's fast.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in the water. So they'll be there a while. And the young man from the EPA,
Oh, yes.
what was his name? Eric, African American from North Carolina. You do the same as James Jerome Bell. You'll have to continue on that and get the report what the two senators are doing, because they've visited the site several times to try to get this straightened out. But it's not just going to go away. The railroad company only worth $55 billion with a B. So
That's a lot of money.
They're going to spend a little bit of that money getting this finished. Okay, I go back to James Jerome Bell. Did you come up with any more African Americans in the United States elected statewide?
Well, I just wanted to say that it's really been an exciting time for African Americans being elected to public office, with as many as 8 attorney generals being elected nationwide. Currently, we have Senator Raphael Warnock from Georgia. We have Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina, and we also have a plethora of state senators, including State Senator. Her name escapes me. Her name is Michelle Reynolds. She's from outside of Columbus. She just got elected to the state senate in Ohio last year, and so she was sworn in January. She came across to me, I haven't met her personally, as a very, very unique personality who I think will drum up and stir up the pot in Ohio politics. And so with that's my report for tonight.
Okay. We're going to kick off a voter registration drive, and we'll talk about that as soon as we hear from Ms. Sharon Penman. Is she able to come through? Ms. Sharon Penman, are you there?
She's here.
Right here, Mr. Bibb. You didn't see me come in?
No, I never see anybody when they come in.
Oh, I
You
apologize.
have to
for
always
that.
pass me a note.
Well, I didn't want to make too much noise because you're on air, so,
Yeah.
but I'm here. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, right.
So
Then-
I am here to talk about our Juneteenth extravaganza weekend coming up, of course, in June, kicking it off on Saturday, June 17th at the East Cleveland Library from 1:30 p.m. until 3:30 p.m. That will be a meet and greet and family fun event for everyone in the community are welcome to join us. On Sunday, June 18th, we will have our Juneteenth Father's Day dinner. Of course, we're still working on the finalization of the plans for that, and we will have details on where that will be held and all of that information coming to you real soon.
Yeah.
So just be patient, and we're working on that behind the scenes. Following that, on that Monday, on the national holiday itself, Monday, June 19th, 2023, will be our first annual Juneteenth parade, and followed by our Juneteenth Day festivities, a festival-type event for family. We'll have food, fun, activities, giveaways, speakers, all types of activities, music, dancing, fun for everyone, and that will be further announced as well. Mr. Bibb?
Okay. Couple of things.
Yes, sir.
We are going to look at the restaurant tonight
Yes.
that we might use because African Americans took over the Christine's restaurant, which is 3 or 4 minutes down the street,
Yes.
and they already had one event center attached to the restaurant, and now they're going to put another event center at a lower auditorium, but it won't be ready for June. But this other
Okay.
one will be ready. That's the good part. My concern is Monday, the national holiday itself.
Okay.
We want to try to get all the permits we need next week
Yes.
because in a minute, everybody will be trying to get permits
Exactly.
at the same time.
Yes.
But as we talked about in the meeting, we want to use the downtown route because you were the one that told us, let's go downtown.
That's right.
And I'm with you 100%. Reverend Ben Fair,
Oh,
and
yes. Yes,
Jeffrey,
sir. Yes, sir.
James Jerome Bell,
Yes, sir.
and Miss Joanne Holly. Do you want to go downtown?
Well, I guess I'll follow the crowd.
Yeah. So we'll try to get those knocked down.
Yes, and I have information I can share with you about that this evening at our meeting. So,
Okay, very good.
all right.
And do you have, don't leave yet, don't leave. Have we talked to Miss Tammy
I
about
have.
anything she has coming up?
I have. I don't know her actual events to speak on them, but she's got a personal situation she's dealing with, which is why she's not here with us tonight. She's okay. Everyone just keep her in your prayers, but everything is okay. But she said that she will be available for us to reach out to her by telephone tonight at our meeting.
All right, the meeting, very good. And tell her I think everybody in here know that the SNAP program's been cut, right?
No,
Yes.
You didn't know that?
no.
Yes.
Did you know inflation went up?
Oh, I always hear about that, yes.
Inflation going up and SNAP program
It went
been
down.
cut.
What?
That's called a crisis.
Yes.
So tell Miss Tammy Kennedy, I want her to have some things available for us, for the needy,
Yes.
for Juneteenth.
Yes, okay. When you said SNAP, for some reason my mind is thinking of SNAP Deliver. I work for the county and I know, of course, SNAP food service, or not food service, but a food program, yes, has been cut. I am aware of that, yes.
Do you know who cut it?
The state, or Biden.
Who?
Biden,
Biden
President
can't
Biden.
cut it. The United States government
Okay, the government, okay.
Government, yes.
Yes.
cut
Congress.
while they sending all the money
Yes.
other places.
That's statewide, yes.
All right. So we got to do double. Miss Billy Shaw. Oh, Billy. Oh, he.
Mr. Sharp?
Oh, he gone. Okay. So they can't get any help.
No,
The people who own the SNAP program,
yes.
United States government SNAP program, can't get any help. So we're gonna have to do to try to fill in what they cut.
Yes,
See, the inflation went up,
exactly,
then they cut the program,
exactly.
and they don't have means to make it
Right.
with that SNAP that they had.
Right, taking them back down to the
So-
original amount that they were receiving before the pandemic. But like you said, the inflation has increased,
Okay.
so they need all of that money that they were getting.
Yeah.
And
So
so,
we here on the ground who live with these people all the time, we'll have to do it extra now.
yes,
We have to do extra.
yes,
So that's what we have to do. Because the engineer is a minister. And we have one of our co-hosts is a minister.
mm-hmm,
And the Lord asked some questions.
mm-hmm.
Before you come in the gate, he asked another question on the rail.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he do.
He said, well, what did you do?
Yes.
Yes, you do, right?
Is that right, James Jerome Bell?
Yes, Mr. Bibb,
Yeah,
that's right.
he asked a few questions. So we ain't gonna say we didn't do nothing,
Right,
but talked about it.
that's right.
Faith without works is dead.
Yeah,
Amen.
right. Yeah, so we're gonna do something better. Thank you, and I'm glad to see you back with us.
Glad to be
And
back,
We
thank
need
you.
And I'm sorry I didn't see you when we came in. I think I must have been trying to get Mr. Jeffrey Payton down in Atlanta, Georgia, working with that and that kind of a thing.
Okay.
Anything. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with us?
Not at the moment. I'm good.
Okay, I'm gonna need you, in addition to what you did, and I'm gonna need Miss Joanne Harley to join Reverend Ben Fair and James Jerome Bell.
Yes.
Reverend Ben Fair this weekend for Saturday. Can you get me the list of the ministers that we gave food and stuff to and PBS equipment?
Absolutely.
Because we got to
Absolutely.
send them a letter this week.
All right. Absolutely. Mr.
Telling
Bibb.
them we want them to join the voter registration drive for May. And you can
Absolutely.
see, you have that in your computer at home, right?
Yes.
The names?
Yes, we do.
Because I want them to come and pick up their supplies
Okay.
on Saturday at Channel Park.
All right.
And under my new schedule, they need to be there by 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. All right.
So for this drive, we'll just inside the church. They don't have to go outside the church. We want them to register people in that church.
Okay. Okay.
And then we'll pick up some extra churches ourselves.
Okay.
I'll get Starlight, you'll get your church,
Mhm.
and James Jeromeville, you get a church, and where's Miss Sharon Penman?
Yes, sir.
You get a church, and Miss Joanne, you get a church. Make sure we're clear now. We don't want the churches to go out getting for this drive for May primary, but we want them to register anybody in that church who has not
Parishioners.
registered or who have not changed their address. There was 125,000 people taken off the roll, Miss Joanne, because they haven't voted in 2 terms. But they don't know they're taken off the roll because they don't get the information.
Right.
So when they go to vote, they won't be able to vote.
I'll be able to vote.
So we're trying to do our part and to do that and help. One other addition to Saturday, we might have our old luncheon back this Saturday that we used to do at Miss Sharon Pimmons old restaurant when she went to Shaw High School. Angie Mills.
Engineers. Okay.
And so
Oh,
I'm looking for everybody. I know you're working Saturday, but whenever you get off,
Yes, sir.
to come up and support us, the mall itself, the Business Opportunity Mall. And Friday, the number's going to come out about workers. Going to be kind of rough. Things are not looking good, so we all got to help one another and keep it going. All right. While we're speaking about helping one another, Mr. James Jerome Bell, would you share with us what's going on in the real estate business? And do you have anything for sale or anything?
Well, right now it's a phenomenal time to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. I know that the interest rates are going up and the prices are slowly coming down. So it's a moderate opportunity for those who are looking to make a new home purchase or buy a first-time home ownership. I can be reached at 216-543-1118, James Jerome Bell, Dream Team Realty, and I look forward to being of service.
hello.
Now, are you aware of what the Feds did with the interest rates?
They raised it.
Would you tell Miss Joanne Holly?
Well, Miss Joanne Holly, in an effort to curb or combat inflation, the Federal Reserve raised the interest rate to slow down consumer spending and activity so that they can get a hold of the inflation, which causes prices to escalate and the buying power of the dollar
I can't
to
unmute my
diminish.
phone, my laptop. I'm screaming at the
Yes,
top of my
that's what they
lungs
do.
through my phone.
Okay.
So at this,
No. That's what they did. He's giving a federal report on what happened. We don't analyze it. We just report it.
I'm watching and
Now we have
enjoying
another
all the
report for you.
presentation and the information.
Everybody
but
work on this for
when
next week.
when I hit my start video,
That
it
triple
won't allow. I
interest
get
they've
the
been putting on your
notice
credit card,
that, let me see. Let me
and
make sure I'm
they
reading this
made
correct.
15 billion overdrafts. Look that up and bring
Right.
report in. The good news, a Senate committee
Right. So
is ready to work on that. Take a look now,
Right.
some of you who are computer literate,
Yeah.
and see what
Yeah,
they're
and that
saying
just went
about
off. And then
interest rates
in the
being cut back
oh, you can hear me now?
on credit cards and
Oh,
overdraft.
okay.
That
Right.
money,
Yeah, and that was
that money
weird.
going
Now,
through the
when
roof.
I was up there, I was like, okay,
Billion,
good.
not
Now
million now, they
I
made.
set it up and turn my
Because
camera
everything
off,
now is
and I
on
went
the
to turn my
computer.
camera on
So they don't have
and
to do nothing but
unmute
push your
myself.
button now. They don't have
When
to
I
do no
did
lot of
that, it
paperwork
just totally,
when you do an
it
overdraft.
went down
They
and
just
didn't
push
come
another
back up.
button like they do when they take it out. But the Senate Banking
Well,
Committee
yeah,
is working on it
we'll try it.
and
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Warren,
And tell Mr. Bibb I truly
Senator
apologize,
Warren,
but it wasn't
who
my
ran for
fault. I was trying
president,
to get
she's
in.
part of that
As a matter of
committee.
fact, I was
And
on
that, if
at
they work on
10
that,
minutes
that
to
would be
6
one of the
actually,
best
just to make
things.
sure I got it right.
I mean, if they pass it, they working on it now. It's a bill. It's not the law. But for
Yeah.
me, that's going to really help because
No.
the rates
Well,
that you charge
we'll
now
do it
for
next time.
borrowing
Delayed,
money
not
and on
denied.
credit cards,
All
anybody know
right.
about those rates?
But I appreciate your help.
Through the roof.
They used to be called long shot rates. Same rates.
Usury.
Yeah, no, that's what they were
All
before.
right.
These rates that they
Maybe you
charge in the
accidentally
banks
turned my
are
video
charged
off.
on the credit card.
You know,
That is the
maybe you
rates
just
for the long
accidentally
shot.
just looked up and saw it and said, well, I'm gonna,
So
somebody got
they
on. I
got
ain't
that
mean
back
to tap
on
on it.
because
Yes.
this it's gonna go out the door, and we're gonna be in big trouble.
Right. Yeah, because I'm
Bigger than this.
unmuted. but there's
supply chain. Well,
nothing
when you go to the store,
I can,
it's stuff to
I know they
missing
don't
off
hear
of
me.
the
They're
shelf.
still talking.
You can't get what you want.
Yeah.
I got a call this morning. Somebody said my first 3 items was not in the store, and this wasn't no neighborhood store. It was a big store.
I know
I
that's
said I
right.
told
Yeah,
them
I'm gonna see what I
that
can do to make
buy
some adjustments
2 to
on
3
my
times as much
computer,
as you
which I
usually
don't think
buy,
is necessary.
because you just can't go to
I
the
see
store now and get
everybody
what
that's
you want,
supposed to be on here.
because
Me,
it's
I'm
inflation and
muted.
all that, and stuff being shipped. It's just not being shipped like it do, and it's global. It is global.
So it's weird. I turned the
All right.
volume up and everything.
All right. Did Reverend Fair, did you have anything else you want
That's
to
it.
share with us
I can
about
see
the voter
everybody that's on
registration?
here.
Just we just want everybody to come out to
All right,
Channel
let's see.
Park on
Yep,
Saturday.
that's it.
To those of you, the leaders
And,
and the
and
churches
by the way, let them know that
that's
this was
on our
good
list
information.
to come out and get their supplies
That was
so that we can help
disseminated.
the voters. As Mr.
Just
Bibb
a
has
little
said, that
disappointed that you weren't able to come our
125,000
side,
people
but
was
in the meantime,
expunged from
blessing is coming.
the voter registration. So if they go to the polls in May,
Thank you,
they
Candace.
won't be able to vote. So we want to help
Bye-bye.
boost up the rate for voter turnout in May and headed toward our general election in November. So we want encourage everyone to come out and get your supplies and get started registering people to vote. If we don't do it, who gonna do it? Now is the time for us to get busy helping citizens in our community to register to vote. Mr. Bibbs.
Yeah, you are right on time. And when they take the names off the roll, that's called purge. Purge. They purge them out. They keep a record every time you vote. And if you miss 2 big elections, you're off the roll. So if you want to go to vote, you can't vote. So that's it. It's Miss Candace here. Could you share with us SNAP Partners, please, some information about SNAP Partners?
Good evening, all of those that are listening or watching the podcast. Thank you for joining us this evening. So, SNAP Partners is having a conference in Cincinnati, Ohio. The CEO from SNAP Partners will be there to share information with everybody about the business and about the products itself. And those of you that remember, SNAP Partners has various different verticals. It has a food delivery service for SNAP Delivered. It has a SNAP Entertainment, SNAP Financial, and SNAP Cares. So you can hear all about those. You can also come to the March Madness on Saturday, March 11th at Chandler Park and hear about them as well. The conference that's happening for SNAP Partners in Cincinnati will be April 28th, 29th, and 30th. It'll be well worth your time to go down to Cincinnati. If you want to come on the busload of people that are coming from the Cleveland area with me, just let me know. Call me and give me your name and information. I can give you the details. My number is 216-570-4738. And we're going to have a good time down there, plus also learn about all of the things that SNAP Partners has to offer. And again, to join up with SNAP Partners, it's free, but yet you can make commissions and money off of all the verticals that are available with SNAP Partners. Thank you.
Also, tell us about that $26,000, because I noticed it's being shown on TV at least 15 times a day.
Okay, with the last couple minutes that we have, I'll share information about that. SNAP Partners has one of the verticals is called SNAP Financial, and one of the products in the SNAP Financial is called the ERC program. The ERC, which is Employee Retention Tax Credit, was started in 2020 as part of the CARES Act. And it gave the businesses who were suffering through the pandemic an opportunity to make some of their money back. Well, in 2020, you could only apply for one of the other, either PPP or ERC. But since then, businesses that applied for PPP can also now apply for the ERC tax credit, and a business can get up to $26,000 per W-2 employee, and the money does not have to be paid back. They can use it for however they want to use it. It doesn't necessarily have to be business needs. So I urge a business that went through the pandemic and maybe you didn't have any losses or anything, but you can still get a tax credit. So I encourage you to either give me a call or Mr. Bibb a call about how to register and find out how much of a tax credit your business can get, because this is not often that you get money back from the IRS, and that's where this money comes from, the IRS. So come on and get registered and see how much money that your business can get back as a tax credit.
All right, thank you, Ms. Candace Jones, for that wonderful news. And when we go to Chandler Park on Saturday, I hope the owner of the Chandler Park, he made his application. I hope he's ready for us.
Right.
Great.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week with some more awesome news. Looking forward to see you, and good evening, everybody.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.